1, 2, 3, let's go.
Wednesday afternoon. Oh.
So this is Xabi Alonso saying Nicolas is joining the tour in Asia, and we're looking forward to working
with him. I see.
So, you know, I thought they sold him outright, but he must have been there on loan.
I think he was on loan, wasn't he? He was, and he's obviously gone back. He's gone back to Chelsea, hasn't he? Yeah.
So now he's gone back to Chelsea. Now he's on. He's going to be joining Chelsea again. What are we thinking of Nicolas Jackson?
Well, I mean, I can't. I'm no authority on him. I mean, I probably saw him play a handful of times. I think he was one of that group with, say, Trevor Chalobah, who actually is in the current World Cup squad. I think he was put in there as a replacement, and he's not a bad defender. He played at Palace on loan for a few months early last season, and so there was a group of them at that stage. I think, including Saka and others, the same sort of vintage, if you like. And yeah, he was very much a part of that group, and I think he used to come. He played, and as I remember, I don't remember anything that was bad about him. He just seemed to fit into the team quite well. But having been out in, as you say, I think it's Bayern, then really we probably haven't caught up with his form. Or, I mean, clearly Alonso thinks he's good enough to bring him back and use him. But maybe he's saying when he's joining our tour, and I'll be able to look at him firsthand and decide if I want to keep him. It may simply be that.
Yeah, it might just be that. Yeah, but he, you know, with Bayern Munich's form, he must be doing well to to be featured in games. Yeah. Now, what are we thinking of Rashford? He's obviously not.
You always bring him up. Yeah, go on. What were you going to say?
What do we make of Rashford in the England team at the moment?
Well, you know, neither you or I like to sit here on our weekly podcast and have a go about somebody, because at the end of the day, they're all doing their best. We're all humans. We're doing our best to survive, aren't we? To live, to enjoy, to be decent people, and in his case, to be, you know, a decent footballer. And go back over his career, mainly at Manchester United, but also more recently at Barcelona. He clearly has been a very, very good footballer. I don't think anybody would doubt that. I think he almost engineered a bit of his own downfall, if that's the word, certainly at Manchester United, but by, as we said before, getting a bit involved in politics. And I don't doubt that he achieved some positive aims, you know, results from that involvement. But I think football clubs, particularly the Premier League and other top leagues, they actually like to take care of everything for the footballers, so they've got nothing at all to worry about except to play football, and any side matters are taken care of. Now, of course, footballers will still have things they worry about. It's the nature of life, but generally it's all taken away from them, all other elements that could interfere. And really, Rashford kind of went outside of that. And I think Man United lost a bit of patience, so he went off on loan once or twice, I believe, and wound up at Barcelona, where I think there were different stories coming out from that club last season. Sometimes it was, they're going to sign him permanently for X euros. And then it was, no, they don't really fit it. He's not fitting in there. So on and so forth. And he then winds up in the England squad, which I think a lot of people, probably myself included, were a bit surprised about, because I have a feeling, and as I say, I'm not knocking him. He's a very good footballer ultimately, but I just feel he could be. Maybe he is, maybe he isn't. I feel he's a bit of a divisive figure. Now,
Say hello to old Mimi, Dr. Gladys and Rose, three beautiful ladies who join us on our shows. There's one other bro, sometimes joins us on the show.
Bigger. Now, he may fit in with the team at the dressing room brilliantly. What do I know? But generally, I would say I've been content that in the last few games, Tuchel hasn't started him. I think it would disrupt the team. He's basically got the team, which I hoped he would, that he feels can do this job. And then he tinkers with it with substitutions later in the game, which is how it should be. But he starts with the squad we know he thinks is best. Just to say there, I think it's very frustrating that Quansah still has to serve his second game ban, which I think many people will think is pretty atrocious. You know, it was a foul. It was a sending off foul, but it was no intent. I know intent doesn't always make a difference, but why he got more than a one-game ban when we all know the USA player who was red carded following a political call from Trump, then Infantino, the president of FIFA, magically suspended the ban. And now, as it happened, the USA went on to lose 4-1, I think, to Belgium, which was probably just as well. And maybe FIFA needed to thank their lucky stars that happened, because if the USA had won, and I like the USA's team, there's nothing about that, but if they had won playing a player who had been banned, and there's no options really to suspend or cancel that ban, then it could have invalidated a lot of the World Cup thereafter, because teams might say, well, hang on a minute, like us, our players serving 2 matches, he's weakened our team by not being there, certainly will tonight arguably, and yet the USA was allowed to continue. So if they'd won and they were still there, it would create some problems. But so we deviated from talking about Rashford, I think. But I'm pleased he's not in the team. If he comes on and he gets down that wing and he crosses the ball or he scores, then brilliant. You know, we all want him and all the team to do well. Nothing against that. But I just feel he's not one of the better players. Maybe his day has passed. He's been a very good player. So I feel Tuchel should keep the team as it is.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, this is all we've got time for on this segment of the football referee. As we go on to the next segment, we hope you come along with us. I've been Emmy Hikins, and you've been watching the football referee segment 1. So it's a goodbye from me.
A goodbye from me. See you shortly.
See you shortly. Yes.
Say hello to old Mimi, Dr. Gladys and Rose, 3 beautiful ladies who join us on our shows. There's one other bro, sometimes joins us on the show.